1, 2, 3. Tag me in podcast.
In the middle, as the guest.
Is that what happens?
As the guest, yeah.
Center stage, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know when you try to catch a shade because like you get this grease? Alright, cool.
Man, I melt.
Did.
It's nice to be interviewed and stuff. Interviewing somebody actually.
Well, you do it all the time, don't you? Alright. Tag Me In Podcast, back again.
Oh yes, back again with a special guest. Introduce yourself.
We got Lee here.
Yes.
Hold on, wait. Lee messaged us like the third week in.
I remember that.
Once we started.
I don't feel like it was the third weekend. I think it was like the second.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
He was like, guys, I want to be a guest, and it's taken a very long time. It's taken like 3 months, but we've finally got Lee here.
But you know what? I prefer this setup because before it was supposed to be Skype.
Yeah.
So at least like we're in person.
Yeah, no, we tried that. And
Yeah. Oh, you tried to Skype with somebody else?
Yeah,
And it didn't work.
Well,
It
quality
done
wasn't-
it, but
okay,
quality
fine.
was a bit
Okay.
Sorry guys for you. It's still out there on SoundCloud if you want to listen to it. But yeah, we're learning. So Lee,
Yes.
just introduce yourself. What are you
yourself.
about?
Yes, so I'm Lee Gray, and obviously I contacted you guys because I liked what your podcast was about.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be interesting just to have a conversation about some of the things that is going on in my life and whether you guys could share that perspective.
Yeah.
So currently I'm going through what they like to call now a quarter-life crisis.
Oh, the quarter life crisis.
Yes.
Whoa.
The quarter-life crisis.
Yeah.
And it's basically, I was to take you back.
How far back can we
To
go?
take you back. The last like 5-7 years. I won't start from like.
Yeah. So your crisis is
Monday
like
the day.
a-
Yeah, exactly. But basically, I was working in fashion PR. So I had prior to getting my first job, I had interned at places like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and stuff like that. Worked my way up and have been working in PR for the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And I basically was sent to New York. With the brand that I was working for, they were opening their first store.
Yeah, that's
and
good connection.
Right.
I love that.
And a lot of people would be like, okay, well, that's amazing. Like you're in New York, you're in a new place. Like I'd always love to live in New York and stuff. But for me, it kind of felt like New York would always be there. And so I really wanted to figure out what I wanted to do next.
Yeah.
And so I sort of gave up on that 7-year career, and I came back to London. Yeah, I quit my job. I came back to London. Basically, I spent most of my savings in New York.
Living that life.
Still don't have any savings now.
What's your life like? You get out every weekend, just splashing, like.
Basically, like, the brand won't want to hear this, but it was like 40% work and 60% partying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was out all the time.
Yeah.
And so, so I've come back and I've really had to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what it is I want to do with my life.
Right. How long have you been back?
I've been back since April.
Okay. I'm trying to count the months, sorry. You got to bear with me.
So it's been about 4 months I've been back, and I know what I'm sort of talented at, I know that I like connecting with people, interviewing people, and I feel like whenever I've been put in a position where, so I've always liked using my personality, and I feel like I'm at my best when I'm connecting with people, and so I'm sort of trying to navigate my way into making that a full-time job, basically.
All right.
When you said you sort of quit, how long did that decision itself take? Because that in itself, saying I'm going to leave, I'm done, because that's quite a big step.
I would say a week.
1 week.
Yeah, I'm quite
You just went,
impulsive.
hey, forget that, I'm gone.
I'm quite impulsive.
Yeah.
I'm quite impulsive, and it's a good and a bad thing. Because you can make decisions and then come home and have no savings and no job. Do you know what I mean?
Starting to regret that.
But at the same time,
it could be the start of like something good.
Yeah, it could be the start of something good. So, so I quit my job, came back, and I sort of like, as I was saying, had to have a conversation with myself about why I stuck, because I didn't want to be doing the job that I was doing for a long time. And I think it's because of everything that you get caught up with. So your social life, looking at things on social media and saying that I want to be that, or I can do that, or why am I not doing that, or how am I going to get there, or the pride thing. Like I had to let that go, where like, because I started my career quite early, because I never went to university. So like I was always the friend that was working at top magazines and top brands and stuff. So to turn around to all of my friends and be like, I don't have no job, and I don't know what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for me, it was a big thing, because I realized that having my job was a big part of my character. And it sort of consumed who I thought I was.
Yeah.
So I needed to let that go.
So in terms of like fashion, because obviously you started it from what age? What, 18?
18.
So was it always something that you felt like,
No.
this is what I wanted to do?
Not
or
at
was
all.
it that whole, you liked the image of it, you thought it'd be cool?
I was doing acting before.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, I did a lot of acting, stage performances. I was in this little movie for one scene called Adulthood, but you know.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's my
You said
claim
about
to
that,
fame.
you was the little kid on the
I
Game
was
Boy.
the little kid on the Game Boy who got put outside on a balcony and they went and had sex on the bed.
Boy, I need to check for that. I need to check for that.
So if you want to see me with an academics tracksuit and an
Taking
afro,
it back, taking it
Yeah?
back.
yeah.
I need to
Then I just sort of got to the end of high school and basically said that, you know, I don't feel like this is a career for me. I don't feel like there'll be any roles for me. I don't see anybody on TV that's like me in any sort of way. So, and I've always been quite ambitious and I've always known what I want in my life apart from my career. Like with my
lifestyle.
16-year-old mind logic, nice things,
Yeah.
nice house, and like, you know what I mean? Like be able to go into Selfridges and spend 2 stacks. And,
Not even counting the pennies. Just like,
you know what I mean? And like, you know, when you actually get older, you realize life is not always like that. But anyway, so fashion was something that I'd always liked personally. So I'd always read magazines. I'd always wanted to dress quite nice and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I know this is an industry that will accept me. And so, or my 16-year-old mind thought that anyway, this is an industry that's going to accept me. So I can work my way up. And that's what I decided to do. And I think probably part of the problem was making my hobby my full-time job. In terms of like, it was something that wasn't personal to me anymore.
They always say that all the time, innit? Don't always like make your hobby.
Yeah,
like a full-time
sometimes
role,
it works
you
and
lose the
sometimes
joy.
it doesn't work. Yeah. So it got to a point before I left New York where people would be like, oh, you know, we're doing this new bag or this new phone case. And I'll be like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
They'll be like, what do you think this is a nice color? Sure.
Sure, yeah. You haven't seen the colour. You haven't seen the colour yet. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. Great.
So like, what was the major turning point? Was there like a certain day, or did it just kind of flow along?
Yeah, I
Just
think
a combination of things.
I've never wanted to be that person who's on the train with their rucksack in between their legs, miserable because they're going to work on Monday.
Yeah.
And so
it's a bank holiday Monday, so
you won't be going to work. But it's really important to me that, and I've realized is one of the most important things in my life to have a job which I really enjoy going to.
But can
Do you know what I
everyone
mean?
have that?
Everybody can have that.
But because you know, you've got your David Attenborough who loves animals. He's been doing these shows since he was what, 20, 21?
Sure.
He has job satisfaction. You can tell.
Yeah.
He's what, 90?
do we know this
96?
though? He might
If
be
he's
just be
doing it,
He's
it.
doing it at nearly 100.
He's doing it, he's like, come on,
job
nah,
satisfaction.
yeah.
cool.
I'm like with that, I'm like,
He doesn't even go to the locations
he
anymore.
says himself, he's like, you can tell that's pure passion.
Yeah.
But realistically, not everyone's going to have that job where it's like, you
Right.
love it to the core and you're going to get decent
Why?
money. How are you going to get that?
So what?
How you
Who
gonna
are these
get
lucky
that?
people who have this? Why did they get that?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say
They
is,
must have
no,
had-
No. Everyone can't have what they want when they want it, basically.
So what are you saying?
Someone's
At some
gonna be
point
the
in your
boss.
life, you will be able to.
No, someone's going to be the boss. Some other people have to work.
But some people don't have a problem with having a boss.
Yeah,
There are lots of people who have a boss who really enjoy their job.
that's them though.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I was speaking to one of my friends who works for the TFL,
Yeah.
right? I could never do that job, right? That's
Yeah,
not
stress,
something that I would.
stress.
He loves it. I get great benefits. I work.
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he loves his job. He's like, he's such
he's
a great
happy.
company. He loves it.
So it's not for everyone.
It's
though.
not. What do you
'Cause
mean? It's not.
you couldn't do it.
That's what
I
I'm
couldn't do
saying.
it.
So,
Alright.
but I know the things that I like and the things that I don't like in a job.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so, some of the things that I liked in New York was the freedom. I worked from anywhere I wanted to. I arranged my entire day and all of that kind of stuff. Loved that. You know. But I just didn't like what I was doing in that job.
Yeah.
So I couldn't continue to do it. But to your point, yes, I do feel like everybody can have job satisfaction. Because the people who do have job satisfaction must have thought in their mind that they would have that at some point to have it.
Yeah.
Do you know
I think
what
there's a lot of
If
factors
you
in
go
terms of-
into it saying nobody's ever going to have job satisfaction, nobody doing what they wanted to do. Like if you're an actor, right, and you spend, I don't know, the first part of your life working as a waitress, knowing that one day you'd be an actor,
Yeah, but what if it doesn't happen? That's what, it's not always
But at
gonna
least
happen for
you-
everyone.
But at the
At
same
least
time,
you
it's the
went for your
realization of
dream.
actually going there, because like you become an actor and you're like, actually this ain't for me. That means you haven't got the job satisfaction. So in terms of you wanting to go into fashion,
Yeah.
once upon a time it was just like,
Yeah,
I wanna do it.
absolutely,
So
yeah.
like, I think the job satisfaction
Yeah.
depends on multiple things. So it depends on conditioning, it depends on the environment, it depends on what you really want to do.
Right.
Like once you come to that realization, I think we always have these big dreams
Yeah.
of what we would like to do. Like
Yeah.
for me, I thought, yeah, I'm going to be a cybersecurity engineer. That's going to be me.
Yeah.
Once I started living it, I'm like, this is
not for me.
So now, like
Yeah.
my midlife crisis or quarter life crisis,
Yeah.
was like my moment of going, shit, what am I doing?
Right.
Like I'm not living like my purpose, and I
Yeah.
think that's one of the things I
That's a huge
experienced
thing. Yeah.
going through my quarter life crisis. Going, what is my purpose?
Yeah.
And it took a very long time to me. Like I haven't even found it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But right now, I can say I love life. I'm a learner of life. I'm a student of life, and that's
Right.
my thing.
Yeah.
And that's my takeaway from that little period of time where I was just like, wait,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like, man took himself all the way to Turkey
Yeah.
for like a nice little break alone, and just literally thought, yo, how am I gonna sort myself out? Because I realized I was stuck in this kind of state. Like I turned 25, and I was thinking, nothing's changed. Like I'm still living, still working, still doing everything that I didn't want to do when I was 25. Especially when you're like 18, you start kind of molding how your life should be. You're like, when I'm 25, and I think 25 is like a milestone. So when we hit 30, you probably have like another crisis. I don't know if that's going to be just me, but it's like a
It's good to
milestone.
plan your crisis though.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
Just preempted.
Yeah.
Yo.
I used to say that I was gonna check myself into rehab now, like for when I'm 40.
Wow.
Oh, this guy's ready.
A fly just attacked me at the time.
Attacked you.
Because I was out drinking all the time. So I was like, if I go,
Okay, if you continued on this
if
way,
I
you
could
wanna,
take,
like,
yeah. So that's good. Yeah, plan your crisis for 30.
Alright, cool.
Plan your-
Make that note right now.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Alright,
exactly.
Cool. Pen that in. Pen that in.
It's better that you know it's coming.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Yeah.
Ola,
Yeah.
have you lived a quarter? I keep saying midlife crisis.
Quarter life. Yeah. I wouldn't say so.
No?
I think actually no.
Man's just
no,
wait.
Wow, well done.
Actually, no. Tell a lie. Okay, so
Hey, what's the secret?
Yeah.
I it was actually
wait, there's
deleted
more.
social media actually.
Yeah?
Because for me, it's like this was back in university. This was sort of when like Facebook was popping. Insta and like Twitter was still like not at sort of Facebook level. And it was like I'd log on, I'd see people who were like our age, like boys I went to college with or whatever, Turkey, Ibiza, BMWs, the latest cars, like
Yeah.
girls, all of that, and I was like,
that
should I,
comparison
yeah, I was
life,
that kind of like, should I be doing that?
Yeah.
Where's my version of that? Why am I not doing that? And I was
Yeah.
like, this is like quite depressing. Like, I'd come off and I'd be like, oh man, why haven't I got X, Y, Z like everyone else? Then like, I just noticed that I was always down like in the evening, and the only thing that was consistent every evening was that I was online looking at what other people were doing, and I was just like, this is not healthy. Luckily, it was also around the time I was doing my dissertation, so literally deleted
Tunnel vision.
Facebook. Yeah, tunnel vision. I deleted everything, social media. I didn't go on it, and like my life just kind of like it just changed.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like think about it. You go
Yeah.
on Instagram, what are you seeing? People stunting. You go on Facebook. I've
Yeah.
done this. I'm getting married. We did this.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
You do you. I need to do me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the thing, like a lot of people don't understand, is people always put their best foot forward on social media.
Yeah, they're showing
no
the
one's
best
gonna go
parts
on
of their
social
life.
media like, oh man, my weave came out.
Yeah.
This and that. No
Yeah.
one's gonna.
So girl on Twitter
everyone's
said
like-
that her hair got caught on fire, like her lace front wig.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna go on
Yeah.
like no one's gonna go on Facebook and be like, we broke up. Everyone's gonna go on and be like, oh, my boyfriend's amazing. My girl
Yeah.
does this for me. Everyone
Yeah.
kind of shows you the best,
best
of the
part of
best.
their life, yeah.
And sometimes it's not even the best. It's just a facade. It's just
Yeah.
a lie to kind of keep up appearances.
Yeah.
And it's like you're competing with people's appearances that aren't even real.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, why am I? Why? Like,
Yeah.
no. Let me get off this. It's not adding value.
You're part
to
of
me.
that 16%, you know,
It's
because
only
84% of millennials actually like live in that kind of, I'm having a quarter life crisis.
84.
So you're like that 16%.
Yeah.
Good on you.
No, I recognized that early, and I was like, no, man. Like,
Yeah.
just no. Like, it's just.
So
for
you
me,
never
like-
had a time where you're just like, I'm 25, I haven't got my
No, I
house.
had that early, like when I was young, innit? Because like. I
Right,
was
you
like,
had it. So you probably had like a
When you were
pre.
18.
19, 20,
Okay.
21.
Oh, you had it
age.
early. You
Yeah.
definitely did
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah, of course, yeah. And I think that's why I kind of came off. Because
Yeah.
like, I know kind of what I want. I want like the house,
Yeah.
I want the wife, I want the kids, I want the whole like 9 years. But going online and just putting on people is not going to help me.
But
get it.
even like interaction with people, so you probably got a friend who's married, got the kids and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
like that. Do you never like walk away from that moment going, damn, I wish I had that?
Yeah, so
and
like,
then
I
it
recently
consumes you.
a bit. So like, I recently went to see a friend I went to university with. I was at his wedding. I wasn't his best man, but I was at the wedding. Good wedding, blah blah blah. Again, I'm not on Facebook, so I'm not kind of up to date. But I think I was on my sister's Facebook, and I was just like scrolling, and she was showing me something. I said, let me just see how this guy's doing. All I see is like a little baby. That's like his profile picture. And I was like, nah. So I messaged him. I was like, "Yo, how you doing? How's life? Blah blah blah." He messages back. He's like, "Yeah, I got 2 little kids."
Wow.
Bam. Next weekend, I went down to like
So
Cambridge.
what? Well, I don't understand. So what? You wanted a kid? You
No,
want kids?
I didn't drive down to get a kid. I just went to see him. I went to see him. I went
Oh, you
down,
got 2?
I
Let
drove
me
down.
take one.
Hey, well, let me have one. eBay, yeah, buy it now.
Like,
It mean-
No,
get
I
paid
didn't.
for
I
PayPal.
went down to see him.
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, how are you? How's life?" And he's obviously telling me about his life and his kids. And I'm like, "I love what you have. I don't want his kids.
How old is he?
He's 26.
Okay.
Yeah, I like what he has. I've always wanted
The
that,
idea
like I
of
said.
a family.
A family, that kind of
But
nice
would you
family.
want that right now?
Not right now, but obviously at some point.
Okay, fine.
At some point, and again,
Yeah,
like I'm not in a
okay.
hurry to get that, but it's
Okay.
just.
But
Kinda
look
like,
at
I was
that
happy for him.
situation. Say
Yeah.
in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Right. Him and his whoever he was with
Yeah.
split up.
Yeah.
Right. And would that then change your point of view on what you wanted at that time?
No,
Why?
that's their business. I know what I want. Like I said, I want a family, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's just me. Just
Yeah.
because they've had a breakup doesn't mean it should influence like my vision of what.
Yeah,
I
but a
want.
lot of
Do you
people
know
are
what I mean?
like relationship goals. That's what I want. That's what I want to have,
That's
and all that
them.
kind of stuff. But
That's
it's like
them.
you don't know what their actual relationship's like. That's what he's
true,
put on
yeah, yeah.
Facebook. A baby. Do you know what I mean? But
His
it
kids,
doesn't.
Yeah, I'm saying, I don't want. Okay, look, I don't
Yeah.
want his relationship. I'm
Right.
saying I want the concept of what they have. Just the
Okay,
concept,
fine.
Not his kids or like his.
Like
girl,
later in life, though.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's not in a hurry for me.
Because
I'm
I
saying,
couldn't see
but-
myself. I'm turning 25 soon.
Tomorrow.
Right? Whenever this is coming out, so tomorrow. But I couldn't see myself trading what I have right now in my 20s
Yeah.
for a family.
But again, that's all based on perspective. Like everyone wants different things.
Right.
I
For
think
you-
that's the
for you,
issue.
it's
Like
more
when we
social
use the
and, like,
comparison of like looking at other people,
Yeah.
we start going, "Oh, we need to have it by this certain time."
That's
It's like,
what-
you
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
have to live your own
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
path,
That's
your
the
own
thing,
sort of
yeah.
That
journey.
was like my huge problem though, because I was like, I need to be, when I went into working fashion, I need to be an editor by the time I'm 22. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know, I need to have this by the time I'm 25.
But why do you think we put those like limitations?
I don't
Not
know.
limitations.
You map it
just
out.
standards,
You're
though.
mapping. No, it's you're mapping
want
out.
this,
Yeah.
this
You have to
age.
plan it.
Yeah.
You have to make
you
that
have
plan.
to have
but-
some sort of
But
like.
we're really strict by saying, it's like with me, I've said later on in life, I haven't said 28, 29 and a half, February.
that later
20,
on in
do
life
you know what I
still
mean?
has a kind of like
Yeah, but it's still
expiry
broad.
date.
Of course,
Like,
because you would
broad
be
though, it's broad.
you'd be disappointed if it happened to you at 39. I think.
He wouldn't even
No.
let.
I
Swear.
said broad, like
Of
broad.
course he
no,
would.
but I'm saying, that's why I said I don't put a specific. Like,
You
I
would be
wouldn't say
disappointed.
27. No,
Hold
because
up.
it would still
You would.
happen. No, I wouldn't.
You
It would
wouldn't be
still happen,
disappointed.
but I would still have it. I would still have it. Bottom line.
Throughout that time, so from now to 39, 30.
There would be no
14
space
years.
for you to be like, oh, it's happening
Cool,
one
it's-
day.
yeah.
Oh,
One
it's
day.
When it
gonna
happens,
happen.
it happens. That's why I said I wouldn't put a specific age on it. If I said 26 and I turned 26 and it had happened, then obviously I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
But if I said later on in life, at some point,
Yeah.
later on in
Yeah.
life could be any point between
I think
now
that's
and
like
they're
one
not
thing we
Right.
touched on our episode, what mistakes we make in our 20s.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of said like this whole expectation and seeing things as black and white.
Yeah.
Like when you come out into the real world and you're like, because even back in uni we were saying, we're going to have a house by 23, 24.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bullshit.
25, yeah.
Like we didn't really know what life was about, and then we stepped out into it. And it was like, rah, this is kind
It's
of
not as easy as yeah.
And I think that's one thing I took away during like my quarter life crisis was just almost taking a step back, seeing like all the issues and problems I was facing in life, and then also saying like I need to start living my life as opposed to other people's.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It's expectation, but expectation I was placing on myself. So probably be looking at someone I idolize and be like, they made it when they were 28.
Yeah.
I've got only like 3 years to do that.
Yeah.
Shit, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, you have that moment. So I don't know. Like I feel now I'm definitely in control of my own like kind of vehicle. I'm navigating life my way.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, I don't put time frames on anything
It's
now.
just, that just doesn't help.
I'm
Doesn't help.
trying to. I'm not there yet.
It's I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah,
I have moments where I slip.
I still,
Yeah.
I still look at certain people and I'm like, oh my god, that person's like 19 and they have like a $400 million business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like you look at the 30 under 30 Forbes list and you're like, oh my god, there's all these
there's-
people.
Where's
Where's my
name?
face,
Where's
man?
my
Is
face?
there another page? Oh, no, to play
What's
Devil's
going on?
Advocate, it's not the worst thing though.
What?
Like, it's not the worst thing to sort of compare yourself.
Because it pushes you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the benefits.
Of it.
Probably
But
one
the
of
level
only
of
benefits.
acceptance to realise that that's their life and
yeah.
this
It's
is
not
mine.
yours, yeah. But I think
But it
that's where
should
a lot of
push you,
people
not
struggle.
depress you.
Yeah.
Do you know
It's
what I mean?
about finding
Like-
that fine line, isn't
Yeah.
it? That fine line of, okay, this person's doing this, what am I going to do for myself to push myself as
Yeah.
possible? They're doing this, why don't I have that?
Yeah.
So it's finding that kind of fine line and just kind of staying to
Yeah.
that side of it.
But
Yeah.
even that analysis, like looking on, what's the difference between me and that person?
Yeah.
Like it helps you identify what you should be working on. Like that's one
Yeah.
thing I realised. I was just like, boy, I want to up the levels. Like, I'm growing. Like, I'm not growing in any type of way. I'm not leveling up. Like, every birthday is like a level up. It's like me taking it to the next stage. And when I hit 25, I was like, what did I really gain in like the ages of 24 to 25? And then from that point, I was like, boy, I need to level up. So I started reading more. Started like building better habits for myself.
That's
like,
really good.
It was like my kind of outlook on life. Thinking, all right, cool. You're saying all these things, but you're not actually taking action. Like, the things you say and the things you do are not coherent. Like, you're not actually taking action. So that was like a line in the sand going, look, from this day on, this is what you have to do. And I've extremely benefited from it. Like, the progression that I see every month, every day, every hour now is ridiculous. So like, that moment was, it's not the nicest moment to live in, that quarter life crisis moment, but it is beneficial for your growth, for your elevation, for your life. Really. Like,
I don't think that you can have different results by doing the same thing. You know, and that's clearly what you did. Like, you had to change what you were doing, change your habits to have different results. For me though, I'm happy that I'm an introspective person. I've always been this way, but sometimes it's detrimental because I'm quite hard on myself. But I'm happy I'm introspective to know when something's off center or I don't feel like I'm achieving as much as I can be, because I have loads of friends who are not introspective at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, it's okay, like, it's fine, like, one day, alright, so it's alright, at some point it will happen, you know what I mean? And so I'm happy that I'm the sort of person to be like, no, you should have done this already. Do you know what I mean?
Do you write it down, like, in your sort of, like,
I do have some sort of vision board. Some of it happens, not in the way that I think is gonna happen. So New York was on my vision board for a long time.
Oh wow.
Okay. And it didn't happen the way that I thought it was gonna happen. But it happened. So I know that it works. Me having my own sort of talk show sort of thing is on there. So I'm sort of working towards that. So me on leaving fashion and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to, as I say, sort of brand myself a little bit more. So, as I said, I've started my own YouTube channel. And
what's it called?
The grey area.
Plug.
Hashtag plug. The grey area, and that's really focusing on speaking to people who I think are would be of interest to obviously myself and other people. So sometimes it's people who are doing great things in their community, activists, having panel discussions with young people about different topics. So I had one about the second referendum, and I had one about whether athletes should be able to compete if they've been found taking drugs again. So I'm seeing how it goes, and I'm trying not to put another 5-year plan. I know what I would like to happen, but I'm not going to say if it doesn't happen, it's the end of the world. It's just, because you have to have some sort of plan. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not like, you know, saying to myself, if that doesn't happen, you failed. You know, so I'm sort of working into the right direction. So I'm not on the other side of it, but I'm working towards like the end, I guess.
That's good. I think we're always going to be like works in progress.
Yeah,
You're never going to be like
there's no finished product.
No
finished product.
Yeah.
But I feel like my quarter life crisis also taught me just like how to almost become more of a mature guy, like just in general, because like my behaviour before was just out there being a savage guy, rolling with the guys, going to the club. Once you hit the club, every guy's just gone into different circles and like trying to find like a girl or something like that. And then I started to realise, like, I always knew that wasn't really like my behaviour. Like, I didn't enjoy that sort of behaviour.
Was that peer pressure? Is that what you felt like you were supposed to be?
It wasn't even peer pressure. It was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, I guess it's I guess it's like, oh, this is what you've got to do with it. This is life, innit? And then I realised, I was like, this thing's really me, because even when I got myself in a situation with girls and they'd be like, oh, where we're going, and my whole intention wasn't like forming a relationship, it was just me just having a bit of fun and dipping. And I was like, I started to analyse my behaviour and thinking, raw. My behaviour, obviously I'm giving them this kind of like attention, I'm speaking to them every single day, taking them out like for dates, but then my intention is literally just to bang and then disappear sort of thing. Like, I realised that behaviour was wrong, and it took me until me going out to Turkey to go, that behaviour is wrong, Anton. And then I had to take a step back. I read one book, The Unspoken Feelings of a Gentleman. Sick book. It made me realise like how men are moulded by society. And it was just an eye-opener, and from that day I just went, you know what, forget girls, I'm gonna focus on me. And literally that change in energy and dynamics meant that I was literally building myself up. Like, I was consistent in gym, I was reading more, I was doing experiences by like, so my birthday's in February, in March I was like doing things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, I found all this time. Like all this time I was like complaining I don't have enough time. I found all this time. So like we did bungee jumping.
Yeah.
We went flip out like a trampoline park.
Yeah.
I did just crazy stuff.
But that's
all
good
the space.
because I feel like it's so important for especially guys your age and sometimes younger to figure that stuff out on their own. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of girls and maybe the ones that you're speaking to might have seen that behavior from you and choose to ignore it because they're like, you know, I'm the one that's going to change him. I'm going to fix him up. I'm going to be able to.
You can't fix
I'm
anyone
gonna
up,
do.
mate.
You know, I'm going to try.
Now, really quickly, where did you stay in Turkey, man? This place sounds lit. I need to.
I think it was Antalya. It was sick. It was nice. It was all inclusive. I sat there with books. I wrote like little things.
Oh, you saying you went to Turkey by yourself?
Yeah, by myself.
To
just
Clear
literally
mind.
clear my
Right.
mind. Like take that time and be like, yo, Anton, you're a big man now. Like you're 25, innit? Like you sweat your shit. And literally I mapped out everything. Like I was just like, I need to fix that. How can I fix that? Did a bit of research behind it, started implementing it when I got back. And like my life has been better.
Yeah.
Just every year is better.
Yeah.
But like from that point I was just like, yeah, cool. This is me now.
But on the point you made about women, so you know how in society we're kind of taught that it's all about numbers as a guy, be a dog, blah blah blah. When a man is hurt, I don't know if you know that, again, in society we're always taught that the way to get over that is to just go out and be a dog even more. And it's like that doesn't really give us time to sort of like mourn or like heal entirely over like getting hurt emotionally.
I don't know if
Whereas the
society
women will,
tells
like,
us that.
I don't know.
take time out to really kind of think about it.
I think like we just
Like, you know, a lot of guys will kind of go out,
it's escape
they'll
behaviour.
escape, but they won't really like sit down and like deal with it.
But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, it's just a behaviour that we learn, especially when we're younger, like when you're craving, like 18, like you wanna, nah, you disagree?
What do you think?
I think that, and I hear this a lot, and for me, it sounds like in translation, guys seem to like be peer pressured a lot to do different things. Because when you say society, it makes me feel like each individual guy doesn't have his own brain. So you do things because you're in a group of
Well, you're
guys,
young,
you
you're
know
kind
what
of
I mean?
Yeah.
So is that your experience? Do you feel like were
not,
you
I'm
that
just
way?
saying, I don't really think I went through that. Like, I was never really
A dog.
savage or a dog. Yeah, I was never really like out there like trying to get the numbers.
But
You were a dog.
hey, the finger point. When you put your finger, there's always three fingers.
Hey, tag me. What? Choke slap.
Alright, cool. I just got my back in there. Oh. Yeah. I wasn't a dog, but like by my standards, I was a dog because it wasn't something that I enjoyed. Because like, you ever heard the term coming to your senses?
Yeah.
Like you bust your nut, you're like, bro, what am I actually doing here?
Right.
And that kept on happening.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what am I actually seeking?
Yeah.
And then that's me taking a step back, going, actually, what I really want is a relationship. I don't want this in between business.
So it's not society though. It's peer pressure from other guys, and it's a continuous cycle.
It's a learned behaviour, I guess, because like from
What society? Who's telling you to go be a dog?
It's just no one's actually telling you. It's just like it's a normal. It's just a norm, innit? Like you go to uni.
Yeah.
It's just the behaviour of everyone around
Of
you.
other guys that are around you.
Yeah.
Okay,
influence.
fine.
So like you go to uni, everyone's like, yeah, mum, hey, I'm gonna find someone tonight,
Yeah.
innit? And then all the guys disappear. So like the difference between, or what I see, the difference between like when women go out and guys go out, is women will have the handbag in the middle, dance together.
Little
They're all
circle.
having,
Yeah.
they're all there to have a good time together.
Yeah.
Man them.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Cool. See you in a
There's
bit, man.
objective,
Alright,
yeah,
I'm
agenda.
gone. Hey, you see that one over there? I'm
you,
gone.
yeah?
And it was just different. So like, there was times where I started to like not even go out anymore.
Okay.
Because I realised that actually, I want to go out with my friends, but
Yeah.
then they're dipping. So like, is there any point in me going out? I'm not going there just to entertain females just for the sake of it. Like, let me just sit at home and read this book. Like, it sounds dead, but it was beneficial for me.
So did you never go through that sort of phase?
No.
Like, no?
No, I've always
Right, faithful.
no, not at all. What I'm saying is that I've
What's your light coming out of the sun, innit?
I've always been somebody, when I'm going out to have a good time with my friends. Do you know what I mean? And if I am gonna, I'm very straightforward. Do you know what I mean? Like straight shooter. So it's like, if I am meeting with you because it's just a sexual relationship, I'm going to let you know. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not staying because I've pre-booked Uber.
Yeah. No, but no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
But that's one thing I took away as well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of guys.
But it's okay to, this is the thing, it's okay to be a guy who just wants to have sex.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
You just gotta communicate.
Exactly. It needs to be, everyone needs to be on the same page in the situation. Do you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of girls out there who want the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
You know,
Like, when you
I think a lot
realise
of guys
that,
don't
that comes with
understand
They don't understand that. They think
yeah,
everybody
they don't.
wants to ring them, and that's not the truth.
Yeah.
No one wants to ring you.
But But yeah, what's their point?
These are not personal shots. This is just me just talking in general.
Which when he says a special note to someone, watch this, listen to this.
This is for you.
But yeah, you're completely right. Like,
Yeah.
it took me a long time to realise that maybe just being straight up and just telling people my situation, where I want to go. And I've done that now. Like, if I meet someone, I'll be like, boom, I'm not really looking for anything in particular. Maybe a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I don't actually do that behaviour. Just putting it out there, just in case my mum's listening.
But no, just kind of like going back to the topic. In terms of people who are like going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
What sort of things would you say to them, having sort of been through it with all of us? Would you sort of say to the best way to deal with it?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
can only, from my experience,
Yeah,
and this is not for everybody, but for me, I would just say take that first jump. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's you're sitting in a job that you don't want, or whether you're having a quarter life crisis because of the relationship that you're in, or it's because you have a bad family life at home or whatever. Whatever, because people always relate it to work, and people will be going through a quarter life crisis for all types of things, all different aspects of your life.
But with
and I would
work,
say,
are you saying they should leave?
yeah, absolutely.
If it's not making you happy.
If it's not making you happy, there's no point sitting there going, I hate my boss, I hate my boss, I hate my boss, I hate the people that I work with, when you know it's the job that you're in.
But then,
do you know what I mean?
What about the backup? Isn't it wise to sort of have six month savings, bit of money, and then make
people will always do that. They will always make an excuse why they can't quit their job. Oh, I don't. Oh, I'm going to save $2,000. You know what? I can save a $3 grand. I can.
That's
save. No, it's not. Because you realize
if you know you've got something to fall into.
No, hold on.
You just leave with no money.
You realize. Hold on. You realize. You realize. No, but you realize that you had this idea to leave in January. It's now February 2016. Do you know what I mean? Last year you wanted to leave, and now you're in like February 2016. You're still in the same job, saying that you have savings. You want savings. Okay. Oh no, hold on. I'm going to Ibiza, so let me use the savings that I had, and I'm going to stay in the same job.
This guy's actually talking my truth.
Let me give you my example. So I don't actually mind my job. My job's decent. That's why I moved to like a whole different city. Job's decent. On the side, I've got like a little car business, flipping cars. I'll probably, hopefully, might do that sort of long term. I don't have a problem leaving my job. It's not an issue. I don't care. But the thing is, logically, I can't just leave.
You need to take out the logic side of it, because you
got.
No,
but listen.
You just said you like your job. Put yourself in a position of someone who don't like their job, and they go into it every single day.
And also
spiritual suicide.
It is spiritual suicide
because you haven't lived it, so you're not really gauging it. But alright, cool. And they know that there's something else out there for them. So are you saying, oh yeah, continue?
I'm saying just save. Okay, let's just use
continue.
Have everything in place. Have the money there.
All I'm saying, you have a bit of money. You need a buffer. You can't just leave. I get your.
You can't just leave.
No, I get your impulsive to just leave.
You can't just leave.
But when the landlord comes, what are you saying?
You can't just leave.
Yeah, then you leave the house. You leave the house.
No, because you're talking about all of these other.
Logistics.
No, but you're talking about all these other things.
If I leave my job,
so say for example, you're in a apartment that is £1,200 a month, and you could go find a room for £500 a month and go work at your local bar, which your shifts are flexible. Do you know what I mean? And you have enough time to figure out what you want to actually do instead of going to a 9 to 5 where they pay you enough to live in that £1,200. You should move out of the £1,200 and go live in the £500 room, because you should think about long term. I'm not saying to go and live on the street and become like like a gypsy. What I'm saying to you is
this guy. Who is this guy on your show, man? Who does he think he is?
What I'm saying to you is that there is always a way for you to get out of your situation. You're thinking logistically, where you have a good job, right? You're working for a great company, so you have a certain amount of money that you're accustomed to. So you're saying, if I leave my job, I'm not going to have that money anymore. I'm not going to be accustomed to that. That means you're not in a quarter life crisis, because you can continue to live in what you're doing. I'm talking about people who cannot go in on Monday anymore.
So would you say you enjoy your job?
What job? I'm not in a job.
You ain't got a job?
No.
You just left?
I just left,
Would you say you enjoy your job?
No.
But would you just leave though? You wouldn't just leave. You'd have savings. That's what I'm trying to say.
My problem is what would I fall into, sort of thing? What would actually absorb me throughout every single day?
But in the time to get to that, you still have to pay rent. And I'm saying, I'm saying is, as long as you have 1 or 2 months rent, and in that time you can find your passion.
What if you don't find it in 2 months? I haven't found it in 2 months.
Then that's up to that person.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, to have that buffer.
But at the same time,
you need something there. You can't just
jump. I jump.
No, you can't just jump, man.
But you've got accustomed to your lifestyle, sort of thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's cool.
So you cannot imagine not having a buffer. I can. When I left my job, I was able to go and find a job that paid me weekly. Do you know what I mean? And I was able to be able to live my life. Do you know what I mean? I'm not working at that job anymore. I worked at the Labour campaign for a while as well. Do you know what I mean? So I've been able to find different things that has allowed me to survive, but it's given me enough time to say, do do you know what? I don't have to take any work home.
Yeah.
No one's calling me to
like,
come
where's
to a
that
meeting.
deadline? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been able to figure out what I want to do. I would have never started my YouTube channel if I was still in that job. Not at all.
Not even at weekends.
It would not have happened, no.
You wouldn't have the time.
It
Like,
would-
you'd be like,
yeah,
weekends
but
to relax.
Because what I was doing was spending most of my time saying to my colleagues, oh, I hate my job so much, I hate doing this. Oh, do you believe what so-and-so said? I can't believe that she's taking credit for my work. Do you know what I mean? That's what you spend all of your time doing.
I don't know. Not for me. I still like the idea of like having
Some
sense of security.
savings.
It's just security. It's basic security.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for me, anyway, we're gonna keep on moving.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, 2 sides. But no, hashtag Ola. Hashtag Lee. We'll get it on Twitter popping. But at the same time, like when I'm thinking about what I went through during my quarter life crisis, it was taking time out. So almost what you did, but you've done it for a longer length. I did it for like a week, 2 weeks. Taking time out, really asking myself where do I want to go, what's the next stage, what do I need to do, and also being patient. Just accepting the fact that you haven't made your goal that you set when you was 18, and now you're 25 or whatever. Like just accept it. Just be like, cool, it will come in time. Like have that self-belief that you will achieve it. That's my main takeaways of like quarter life crisis. What about you?
Yeah. So you tell people to like take sort of time out.
Be patient, live your life, build yourself up, identify what you need to work on.
Yeah. I think that's a good one.
I think the one thing that I will say, the last thing I would say about my quarter life crisis and my experience is that I touched on it earlier on. When people used to ask me whether it's someone that you're going to date or someone that you meet as a friend, who are you, what do you do? Do you know what I mean?
Classic line.
I would say, I'm a PR, blah, 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 blah. I've worked here, whatever. Whereas now, because it's been so long, I've been able to really identify who I am as a person and who I want to be moving forward. Yeah. So I feel like in your quarter life crisis, and I know a lot of it's to do with your career, but you should take the time out to figure out who you are as a person, what do you stand for, what your boundaries are.
Yeah, away from your job.
Away from your job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of people get lost in it. You know, I know when people ask me, I know that I can say that I'm an honest, loyal person. I'm like open-minded. You know, and so I think it's important for you to really identify who your character is.
That's a big point, you know. That's a big point because we did an episode about identity.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of said that a lot of the times we live up to our job titles.
Yeah.
And that's not really who we are.
No,
like you should really focus on who are you, what characteristics you have as an individual. So you just listed like, you know, I'm honest, I'm this and that. And that's where you build your strength of character from. And once you have that, then you can navigate the world.
And that means that you can be put in any situation and have no savings and be fine.
There you go.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you put yourself in that situation? That's what I'm saying.
I just led you to the water.
Hey,
drink.
Wow, this guy.
Tag him. Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know who's won now. I feel like I do like a referee count. 2.
I like to prove my point.
He came back with that one, you know. I thought it was over. He came back. What about you, Ola?
I think sort of similar to you. I took some time out back in June. Well, it was June, July. So I went to sort of Thailand to do it was a bit of volunteering with like elephants and stuff. And also kind of like just getting my mind
cool.
around. Yeah, it was amazing. It was a bit scary because I went out there. I usually take like 6 guests at a time. I get out there, middle of nowhere, like literally middle of jungle, no signal, no one speaks English. I'm not aware of the other guests. They're like 2 other couples cancelled. One of them missed their flight, and I was like, this is dodgy.
Right.
So I was just worried. I was like, I'm not sleeping tonight. Yeah, like wake up, like one of my kidneys is gone.
Exactly.
Like, we're selling all these everything. But it actually worked out better because I got a lot more like one-on-one time with like the locals and the elephants. But that also allowed me to kind of really sit out and kind of be like, am I kind of happy? Am I doing what I want to do? Where do I see myself in the next few years? I want to be X, Y, Z. How am I going to get there? What are the steps? Kind of looking back and just a lot of it was just like reflecting and just I appreciate everything that's happened so far because that's one thing I think a lot of people don't do is just appreciate. Fair enough, you may not be where you want to be, but look at how far you've come. Look at where you started. Look at where you are now. You've come through a lot. Be proud. Like I think that's something that I don't do often. So I think the main thing like just taking time out, figure things out. If you need to speak to someone else who's been through a quarter life crisis, like Lee, he may not have had savings, then speak to him and like then just kind of go from there. But that's sort of what I'd sort of say.
No, I rate that because like I feel like definitely reaching out to people, older people who are like if you're destined for a certain job title or position in life, look for people in that space and reach out to them, speak to them, take some tips, because sometimes we're navigating life and we don't actually know where we're going.
Right.
Or you know that that's the destination, but you don't know the steps. You don't know how many hurdles you're gonna have to jump over or what you need to do to get to that stage. So yeah, definitely reaching out to people, having a support network, good friends. I went through a stage where I realised my behaviour was more mature than a lot of my other friends.
Yeah.
And I kind of took a step back. And then as they grew, I kind of came back to them sort of thing. Like, not in a disrespectful way, but I couldn't
that makes
entertain.
sense. Yeah.
And I think sometimes cutting off, I hate the term, we always talk about cutting off.
Oh, I love the term cutting off.
Yeah? Well, you just block people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But taking that
fade
time
away.
of like cutting out bad links or people
100%.
who have influence on your morale, the way you are and everything like that, like just identify them.
Yeah.
And then step aside.
People
Well,
need
on
to
that-
stop feeling bad about that.
But do you think it's worth letting them know? Like, or is you just block them? Like, is it worth, because, like, is it worth sort of saying, I don't hate you, it's just I'm trying to go this way, you're going that way, I'm not going to talk to you as much? Or is it just a case of blocking them? Because if you just block them, they won't really know what's going on.
So you know-
Whereas if you say, then at least you're kind of sort
It
of
depends.
saying...
You know Kaz Customs?
Yeah.
He had like a video,
Interview and he sort of mentioned that as
and he
well,
mentioned that he
yeah.
told one of his friends that, I'm sorry, I can't roll with you.
Yeah.
We're at different levels, not in a disrespectful way, but I'm just gonna have to go on my own little path. And like I don't know how long it was, but they came back together. She turned around to him and said, "Oh, thank you for saying that. Like
Yeah.
I needed to wake up, sort of thing."
I mean, that's why I mentioned it, because I think I prefer that approach. Like, if someone's going to
I think
block
it
me...
depends.
You don't
No,
have to. You're not obliged to. You know,
I
life is
prefer
life.
someone to be like, oh look, I'm not going to chat to you because of X, Y, Z. Alright, cool. At least I know sort of where I stand and why. Then I can maybe analyse that aspect of my life. If I feel the need to work on it, if I feel the need to, obviously that's sort of their opinion. But you're saying you just block them.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on what kind of friendship we had.
Yeah.
If it's a friend that's quite close to me, then maybe I might have that conversation with you. But I don't feel like a conversation always needs to be had. I don't want to have that drama. So sometimes I'm just going to change the relationship. So it doesn't, when I say block, it doesn't mean that, you know, I physically block you on my phone. If you're saying to me, Lee, come out, no, I can't make it.
Isn't it?
You know what I mean?
You've got other things to do.
I can't make it. You know, come to dinner, come meet. No, I can't make it. They will start to get the picture that I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be a conversation all the time. And sometimes it is physically blocked. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, for me to grow in my life, I can't take everybody with me.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to grow at the same time.
It's true.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
true.
And not everybody's going to be your friend for a lifetime. I'd be surprised if any of my friends I have right now are friends for life. Especially in the world that we live right now. Do you know what I mean? Where relationships are constantly changing.
Yeah.
Like, you see most marriages don't last for more than 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I got married to someone I was with them for 10 years, I'd be really happy if we broke up at that time. It'd be cool with me.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just in the world that we live in right now, I think it's a huge expectation to think that somebody's gonna be in your life forever.
Yeah. It's true.
So,
Change, man.
It's true. But yeah, quarter life crisis.
yeah,
I don't know. I might still be living in it, but I think I got over the worst of it.
I think so. It sounds like you have.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you've acknowledged everything that you went through, and you obviously did certain things to be able to get yourself out of that situation.
I
So
took my necessary steps. So.
yeah, you jumped.
I haven't done the jump, but I made a
You
transition.
don't need to quit your job to jump.
Not yet. Yeah. All right. Cool. Lee.
Thank you for having me.
No, of course, no, again, honestly, like, thank you for, like, coming down. 'Cause
No
again,
problem
like, when
at
we
all.
got the message, I was
Yeah.
just like, what?
Yeah.
Guys, we're like fans.
Yeah.
We just started as
It was
well.
just,
We were
yeah.
like,
Because it was like early days for us, so
Right.
we sort of we didn't sort of have that many expectations
Yeah.
early on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it was you and maybe one other person who were just like, this is amazing.
Right.
And I was like, I kind of like checked out your like Insta and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, actually, this guy's
He
quite
stalked
solid.
you.
And then obviously like you came with like some amazing topics. We were like, yeah, this guy's kind of got the fire. So we were
Right.
just like, yeah, just get on.
That's what it's about. Getting
Yeah.
like-minded people on. So
Yeah.
if you want to be
Yeah.
a guest, where's the cameras?
It's
over there?
definitely worth it,
Jump on.
for sure.
Social platforms. Where can people find you?
Oh, at Lee Gray _ on Instagram and on YouTube, Lee Gray / The Gray Area. I really need to fix that.
We'll put the
You'll
link
find
in somewhere.
You'll find the link.
We'll put link.
Yeah.
We'll put links. We'll
And
put
these
links.
guys are going to be on the Grey Area
Oi!
in September.
Alright,
So I'm
cool.
turning the tables.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And this is like a weekly show, isn't it?
It's a weekly show.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm turning the tables, and you guys will not know what we're talking about because that's not how I roll on the Grey Area.
What? Can you do
Oh,
that?
the surprise!
Oh wow! I like the
Yeah.
no preparation.
No prep.
No preparation.
Oh.
Not on my in conversation with.
Okay.
You need to know what you're talking about or why you're here.
Yeah, but how do we know if we don't know the topic?
You don't need to know. It's about you guys, so you should be able to talk about yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
No friend.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You ready for that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but again,
I am
thank you,
savage
yeah.
on my show, but thank you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take you out now. Thanks for coming on.
Alright,
for coming on.
no worries.
Definitely, yeah.
Guys, thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram, Tag Me in
Twitter,
Podcast,
YouTube,
all over the
Facebook,
place.
yeah,
All over the
SoundCloud,
place.
iTunes.
Plug.
Yeah, yeah.
Plug,
So yeah,
plug,
just
plug.
check us out, and as usual, we'll be back again with another great episode. Thanks for listening.